Okay. Lunchtime Variety Show Podcast. Lunchtime Variety Show. Lunchtime Variety Show Podcast. Lunchtime Variety Show Podcast. Lunchtime Variety Show Podcast. Hi, I'm your host of Lunchtime Variety Show Podcast, Daniel Gutierrez, and this is part 2 of our addiction episode. I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to basically give you a rough intro. This won't be me during this segment, so if you're getting tired of my voice, it's going to be a good time for you. This is our new guest host, doing some work out in the field. This next whole section is called Rapping with Ray Ray. And, well, I hope you enjoy it. Here you go.
Okay, I am Sean Miller, and I am here. This is my contribution to the Lunchtime Variety Show Podcast, and I'd like to say that I'm honored to be a contributor. And my contribution comes in the form of an interview today, and I'm here with my friend and coworker. Did you want me to use your real name or your?
Just use my nickname for you know that would I think would work better.
Okay, so we're going to be using we're going to be using an alias. I'm here with my friend and coworker Ray Ray.
Yeah, sounds sweeter.
Okay. So Ray, I just want to get this out in the open. Have you ever been interviewed before?
No, first time.
That is a coincidence because it's my first time interviewing anybody. So this could be really good or it could be really bad. Hopefully we're gonna make it good.
Well, I think it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, all right. I like your enthusiasm. So let's start with some easy questions. I wrote down a few questions, and then after I wrote them down, I found out that the topic for the podcast is going to be about addiction. So I'm going to ask you the questions I wrote down, and then I'll try to fit in the topic of addiction somehow, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, cool.
All right. So first, let's start with just some basics. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Jamaica, Montego Bay, and I what else?
What
city?
So what kind of place is that? Like, is it touristy?
Well, yes, it's Montego Bay. It's a tourist resort where we have like at least half of the tourists that from North America actually stays in that city, Montego Bay.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's not third world or anything like that. It's pretty
outside of the resort areas. You will eventually see third world activities.
Okay.
I mean the surrounding, you will see poverty. But if you are inside of the resort area, then it's gonna look more like normal, regular. I mean, American. Like looks like an American developed part of an American city.
So they have like an elephant bar there.
they have similar types of restaurants, but those are not popular. They have like chain. It's more like it's more like a chain dominated, like a hotel. It's like a chain. They have chains, hotel chains, and I mean it's dominated.
Big chains.
Big chains that dominated. So one guy actually owns a lot of hotels, or he has shares into other hotels.
Gotcha.
So you have like Ritz-Carlton, which is a 5-star hotel. You have like Half Moon, 5-star hotel, because Half Moon is where the Queen stays whenever she visited Jamaica.
Wow. Okay. All right. So it's a pretty nice place then, from what I understand.
Yes, but when it comes on to poverty, yes, you have to go out, like maybe a mile, not even a mile, less than a mile, and you will see what, the actual third world, But it is, it's developed. It has buildings and so on, and cars and so on. It has, lots of nice things. You will see lots of nice things. Same here, but the poverty is also, at the same time, yes, they are developed, but at the same time, the poverty, is still there. So the development doesn't stop poverty.
Right.
That's what I want to make clear.
Okay. All right. Okay. So how old were you when you left there and came to the United States?
I was 24, looking for I don't know really, but I think I wanted to come to America when I wanted to make a better life. So I said, all right.
Would you say your life is better since you've been here?
In terms of well, it all depends on what you consider as wealth, because I consider wealth as knowledge. That's what I believe is the greatest wealth, because that cannot be taken away from you.
Okay.
It's a difference when you have like your money in the bank and somebody can type in something in the computer in like a minute, all of your money is gone.
Right.
But your wealth, I believe, your knowledge, it doesn't matter if they even kill you, you're gonna go with it. So that's what I call wealth.
Would you say that
yes.
you are addicted to knowledge?
Sure, certainly.
Okay. So you see what I did there?
Yes.
Okay.
And I hope you do too.
Okay. Yeah. I do enjoy knowledge.
Yeah.
So how is it? Stockton was probably not the first place you came, right?
No, I was well. let me tell you about my trip. I flew from Montego Bay International Airport, and I landed in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we drove from Charlotte, North Carolina to Montgomery, Alabama, because I was going to looking for work down there at the time, and I stayed with friends down there. So I spent like 1 day in Montgomery, and then we move on and we drove to Florida.
Mm.
That was 2 hours, 2.5 hours away from Montgomery, Alabama, but that was in Florida. They have it's close to the Emerald Coast. I live off 331 Highway 331, which was kind of it was a country area, but I like it because it was peaceful. Nobody bothers nobody. It was it was cool, and something was at the same time which I have never seen before. One of my colleagues who I work with at the 331 restaurant, he lives across the street from from where I live, and I have never really seen him outside of his house. I only see him when I'm at work. So I thought it was strange, because where I'm from, I see my neighbors every day.
Right. Right.
So that was unique about it.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about the city that you and I live in? How do you feel about Stockton? My own personal feelings, I'm not too crazy about living here. It's all right. I've had a few bad things, like my car get broken into, stuff like that. Do you feel you would prefer to go back to the Jamaican Islands, or do you like it here?
Yes, I have my personal reasons why I would want to go back. No, I come here because I don't really understand but I maybe I don't know if I have much control over my life, because I believe that there's a higher power which actually use me to do whatever good is out there to get done. So I came here with the intention not to get educated at all. I didn't came here I came here to work and make money.
Okay.
And then go back home and make up a house or something,
Go to the resorts
and save money and so on. Yes, because it's a nice hangout. It's a nice spot to hang out, where you will see lots of kind people and so on. And you don't have to worry too much about getting shot or getting hurt or anything when you are in the resort area. Why? Because lots of police is in that area. So
right.
it's a protected area.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you can live there.
Right.
Because
right.
you cannot afford to pay the hotel fees. It's expensive.
Gotcha. So now that we kind of know a little bit about you, where you've come from, we'll get to the topic. The topic was addiction.
Mm-hmm.
What are your personal thoughts or feelings about addiction? Do you feel that maybe even addiction could be a force for good, a good thing, or is it always negative?
Well, I believe we all need something in our lives to straighten us out. Mm-hmm. You can't just have the good things going for you all the time. I believe you might have. This is my opinion. Well, we human beings, I don't believe we need something to actually correct us or makes us better. So if you have things going for you good all the time good, then maybe you wouldn't even stop and pay attention to other things around you in your surrounding, because you have everything going on good for you. So you could care less, but so.
So are you saying you need a little bit of bad to even out the good?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So would you say
addiction? Yes, it can be good in a sense.
Okay.
And it can also be bad, because we have to learn from our mistakes. Well, if you cannot learn from your mistakes, then you are gonna destroy your own self. So it's bad and you continue to do it. I don't want to say it's all the guy who is in the situation. I don't want to say it's all his fault, because we all know that drugs was forced upon us. Not because we want to take it, but we are curious beings, and they put it out there, and so we decided to try it,
and then thus leads to addiction.
And we got hooked, and some people got clean and become a better become better people in society, and some people, they just go to waste.
Right.
Talented people and so on. Which is sad.
Right.
Because we need those talents to stay in the society to help us, to build. Because we are a species which we think, we are always building, always developing, and if that is not happening, then we are just wasting our precious talent and our ability to be creative.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So my next question is, are you or anyone you know currently addicted to or have ever been addicted to anything?
I have seen people who are close in my life who have been addicted, and I'm telling you, what I actually saw, that person went through, what he was going through was, it was a really I just couldn't understand what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like, okay, he was like, all right, I'm clean for a week, I'm clean for 2 weeks, I'm clean for 2 months, and I'm clean for like a couple months, and then next thing he's back to the same thing, same old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that it is it's really it's not easy to actually get clean.
Right.
It's easy to start, but it's hard to it's hard to
hard to stay there.
Yeah, to ease to take your self from off that wicked substance.
Well, that was I got to be honest, that was a pretty personal question. I didn't expect you to open up like that.
Yes, because I knew I knew the person, and we were very, very close, when he was going through this thing, and I saw what was happening. But the thing with me, I was lucky. I have never get hooked on certain things which I like gambling, which I'm afraid of until this day. I don't like gambling because I don't like to lose my money. And the drugs, yes, I saw it was there, but I knew if I started taking it, I see what happened to other people.
Right.
It's gonna happen to me also. So I keep a pretty, so I was strong. I would say, I was really, because I could have ended up doing the same thing, but that didn't happen.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. For those of our listeners who don't know Ray here, the thing that I probably like most about you, Ray, is that I can come into work and I'd say about 99% of the time you are always positive. You are always happy. Is that the result of an addiction? Addicted
to happiness? Yes.
Okay.
If that is a bad thing, well, I don't know what, if anybody who actually think that being positive all the time is a bad thing, I would actually suggest to them that, get off the planet that they are on, and, try to see if they can, find out what happiness really is. Some people, they never smile, never smile at all, and they're like always, with a mean face and so on. It makes me wonder, like, what is going through those people's mind? Like,
what are they addicted to, right?
Yes. What are they addicted to? Seriousness? I don't, well, I'm not saying you should be childish and laugh all the time, but a little smile, I don't think it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's hurt to be kind and nice. I don't, the mean face, people get scared and they don't want to talk to you because people are good,
Right.
And people don't really like when you are not happy because they believe that they are the reason why you are so mad, and you can miss out on good people who actually want to come into your life. That's how I see it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. This is another kind of a personal question. When you were younger, like a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? What was your dream?
It's really funny. All the things that I really wanted to do, because I told my mom, I said I want to be an architect.
Uh-huh.
But they told me that I'm gonna have to draw stuff, and
you're not good at drawing.
I'm not good at drawing.
Okay. There's a problem.
That was a problem.
That's not gonna work out.
And I mentioned to my mom again that I want to play hockey. No.
Could you skate?
No, ice was on the island.
There's no ice in Jamaica. There's no ice there.
Right. So
you want to do things that you either one were not good at or just did not have the access.
Yes. So I thought that was, I have a pretty strange growing up. So
environmentally, it was not in your favor to be a hockey player.
No, not at all. And which I somehow still find it strange because we have a bobsleigh team.
Oh, they made a movie about those guys.
Yes.
You saw the movie?
No, but I just thought it was strange when I saw the bobsleigh. I was like, really?
It's a great movie.
But we don't have ice. That was strange. I was like, how? But yeah, I can understand because we have the push cart thing, and they have the cart race. So you push the cart and you race. So that might have helped.
Okay.
To make them, help them to be good bobsleigh players.
Okay, so this kind of answers my next question. I was going to say, did addiction get in the way of your childhood dreams? But the answer is no, because there was no ice in Jamaica.
No.
And there was no...
Yeah.
If you were addicted to drawing, that would have been a good thing. You'd be you'd be an architect now.
Maybe, because, like I said, my life has a certain pattern, which even me myself, I don't understand. It's like, I'm always going to, always have my mind and like, like I said, when I come here, and I didn't have any intention of going back. I go to school over there.
Yeah.
And reading. No, that was my intention to pick up any books and read. That was out of the question. That wasn't something which I want to do. I want to just work, make money, and have what they call good life, house, car.
Okay.
So that was my intention. But like I said, whatever however my life was set up, because I don't believe I have control over a lot of things in my life. Yeah, mm-hmm. I know I must not rob, kill, steal, and so on. Yeah, I knew that. But there are other things which I just can't explain. I don't understand. So I come here to do something else, and I end up doing something else.
Okay, all right.
So
I got you. So we're kind of changing the subject a little bit here.
Mm.
You're listening to the Lunchtime Variety Show Podcast. This episode is sponsored by the 2-disc DVD edition of Freddy vs. Jason. It's got 2 discs. One disc has widescreen and full-screen versions of the film and commentary by director Ronnie Yu. The second disc has storyboards and galleries. It's rated R.
Now, in my time that I've gotten to know you, how long would you say we've worked together?
4.5 years.
4.5, coming on 5 years. So in the 5 years that I've worked with you, we've had some good conversations, and I know, and I don't know if this is still true, but I know that at one time, and maybe still now, that you believe in aliens or paranormal activity, stuff like that.
Yeah, reptilians.
Okay, reptilians. Is that still current? Is that still a current belief?
Yes, because I don't know how, some people with very narrow-minded who are thinking that it's just us human beings are in the solar system. I don't believe so.
Okay.
And I don't believe that we are the only person on this planet here.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have deep oceans, we have deep underground places all over in mountains and so on.
So do you think it's plausible that the Loch Ness Monster is real?
Well, you see, the only reason why I wouldn't buy into the name itself is because it's from the propaganda media. If it was from an alternative source, then I would buy into it more. Well, you can see this on YouTube. This what I'm going to tell you right now about David Icke, very popular British author.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's famous for this reptilian stuff which he's talking about.
Now these aren't reptilian, these are like humanoid reptilians that you're talking about, right?
Well,
just to clarify for people listening.
Well, the story which I'm gonna give you, you can accept it or you can debunk it. He interviewed. I don't know if you know what a shaman is.
Uh-huh.
A shaman is like a spiritual leader for a clan or a tribe or whatever.
Okay. And
he said, this is what the shaman said. You can, like I said, you can believe or you can debunk. He said these are what he called them elder brothers. That's what their ancestors call them.
Mm-hmm.
They said they are real elder brothers. He captured him.
Now, did they originate here on Earth or from a different?
He said this was in their folklore that these reptilian creatures went up to the Red Star and they came back.
Uh-huh.
So they have left Earth once,
okay,
but they came back. So he said he was captured by them, and he had a hole in his calf or somewhere right there where he can.
So for those of you that are listening in, Ray is pointing to the middle of his calf.
Yeah. So he has like some a hole there where he said he can put like his thumb up in there. He said that.
Oh.
He said that was what they call them chitauris. reptilians. That's what they call him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, some people call them gods because people believe that these things were gods because they are so knowledgeable. They are very, very well knowledge. They are very smart creatures. He said they captured him, and so like I said, you can see this on YouTube. This shaman, his name is Credo Mutua. You can go see that on YouTube. I think most people who are listening to this probably are familiar with David Icke's work. Yeah, and he interviewed this man, and that's what this man said. They captured him and they put some metal stuff up into his calf area there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to run down the list, and you tell me if this is plausible, not plausible, whatever. So we have aliens. We've kind of established that we think the aliens are out there.
Yes.
Loch Ness Monster?
No, because it's the reason why it's not from an alternative source. It's from the mainstream media, which I hate.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Bigfoot.
I don't want to doubt the Bigfoot. Why? Because this same shaman here, he said when they were in Africa, they were hunting, and he said they saw a big like a footprint, and he said another African was there, and the African
not reptilian.
Well, who knows what the thing was, and he said the African ran when he saw the print because these people know the story about these beings.
He's familiar with it.
Yes, and he ran when he saw. He said the hunter, the head hunter he was a white guy. He said, "What are you running for?" Your guy was like, because of the footprint. So it comes down to Bigfoot.
Could be.
It can be possible. Like I said, I don't believe that we live here by ourselves on this planet. I don't believe so.
Okay. All right. Last one. It's only the last one because I'm not familiar with very many, but this is the last one. Chupacabra?
Never heard of it.
Exactly. So, what the Chupacabra? I just got to bring you up to speed. The only reason I'm laughing is because the Chupacabra only terrorizes Mexicans.
So it is in their folklore.
Folklore, yeah.
Okay, like I said, it can the names, because we heard stories about ghosts and demon and all these kinds of stuff.
You should look this one up.
But because demon, it's deity of the moon. That's what a demon is. It has nothing to do with.
Well, I think demons and Chupacabra and Bigfoot, those are kind of in categories of their own,
And the reptilians, because you see, what David Icke said. He said it's like the scientist. He put his hands through put in the drum. Well, he's outside of the drum. And he manipulate whatsoever liquid is inside the container.
The container. He could stick his hand.
Yes.
So through a solid object.
No. Let's say that's a container in there. And the scientist has his gloves and so on.
Oh, yeah.
Because
right.
he's gonna handle the chemical.
I'm following.
And he's put his hands through. He's outside of the container.
It's like a quarantine.
Yes.
Thing.
So he's saying that it's the reptilians. They are not going to we're not gonna see them physically, but you see, we can see the work. That they actually see their influence.
Okay.
So what I was gonna say to you was it's like the wind. You can't see the wind,
but you can feel it.
But let some tornado pass through and you see something, so you can see what the wind do, but you can't see the wind.
Okay.
So if you have your doubts, it's fine. But that's what I said.
I follow you. Okay. So which of the things that we mentioned, aliens, Bigfoot, Chupacabra, reptilians, Loch Ness Monster, in your opinion, which do you think would have the most addictive personality? No, this is one of the silly questions.
No. Well, I'm not so sure on what you were saying.
Well, you know how they say, like, certain humans are... I'm sorry. I want this interview to have some funny bits. So,
okay.
All
right.
I can't
no,
even
fine.
Okay, hold on.
It's just I just need to
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, you know, and this is going to be edited.
Right.
So none of the laughing and stuff will be in there. So you understand how some people, they say, are predisposed to have addictive tendencies. Like maybe I will still get addicted to cigarettes if I smoke them, but maybe the next guy actually wants to get hooked to them. You know what I mean? Like, some people are just predisposed to be addictive or addicted to something.
Right.
So of those things, which one do you think would have the most?
Well, when it comes down to the reptilians, you know, yeah, when it comes down to the reptilians, which I believe, you know, it's, you know, I don't, but you know, but like I said, I believe that the reptilians are real.
Right.
So I would say they are addicted to human sacrifice.
Okay.
So
your vote is.
So they're you know, so that's what they're addicted to. Terrify. I mean, you know, like to just done harmful things to human. They are anti-human, so they will terrorize us all day. So that's
okay. Yeah. I think what you said is going to be better than what I'm going to say, because yours is based on something.
Yes.
Whereas mine, I was going to say chupacabra, because I don't think it's real. I was going to say chupacabra is addicted to terrorizing Mexicans.
Yes. You know, well, you know, you see, you know, if it's a myth, it doesn't mean it's a lie. Myths are not lies.
Well, okay, because they're based on truth.
Right.
Some sort of truth.
You know, it's like a fiction story.
Somebody saw something,
yes.
They can't explain what it was, but something happened to them, so they say, okay, it was a ghost or demon or chupacabra or something.
Right, you know, so, you know, like I said, there ain't no...
That's how it gets perpetuated.
Yes, because,
okay.
You know, so you have to pass down stories from generation. You know, it's like music.
I don't believe that one. Can I just say that, just for the record? I don't believe that one.
The chipper.
Yeah, I don't believe, because it's so centralized to just Latino people. It, like, no white guy, no African American guy has ever seen a chupacabra. It's only Hispanic people.
Well, you know, the thing is, do we really know what a chupacabra is? Do we really know?
I don't even know. That's why I'm saying you got to look it up,
right.
Because they say, oh, it's like an alien, but it's, some people say it has wings, other people say it doesn't. Some people say it has horns, other people say it doesn't.
So these stories are all over the world.
But to the it's like Mexico and maybe South America. It's not everywhere. It's just kind of central.
No. I'm saying these stories, if everywhere you go, people have these similar stories that some creature or some kind of, like I said, in Africa, they call them the chitauris. They said these things terrorize us.
So those things would be the African equivalent of our Bigfoot.
Well, I don't know if Bigfoot terrorizes people.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And you know, and kidnap people and take them away into bushes. And I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think anybody's ever reported that.
Right, but I'm saying in those countries, you know, if you know many places in the world, people will tell you about stories that beings that actually, landed in a spacecraft, or they even over there in the Himalayas and so on. It's the same stories that we have all these creatures. So I'm saying, why would so many people talk about these things if there's not one bit of truth towards it?
Right.
You know,
okay.
And, people who never even met each other are talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange.
Well, okay, so the only thing that you said just now about, that would relate to the chupacabra is people say that it has come down, and usually it like hurts farm animals, like goats and chickens and stuff. But
yes.
Some people say that it will attack small babies, and that it also has the ability to make a psychic or telepathic link to people. But here's my thing, is if you have enough time to make a telepathic link to a creature, shouldn't you be able to at least describe what it looks like? accurately, somewhat?
If you know, well, so if they are saying they are seeing the creature, if you know, if they are seeing the creature, like, yes, you know, but we have drawings of most of these things, though.
Yeah.
All over. We have drawings all over, in everywhere.
You got a point.
You know, so I mean, you know, these stories. Well, all right. I give Mr. Jordan Maxwell said this man told him that they were doing some ritual in a mountain down, I think, in Colorado. He said, and this man, he looked over, and when he looked down, you know, he saw a reptilian, you know, at the ritual, and the guy said, you know, the reptilian just appeared in front of him, like that,
like just materialized out of nothing.
He looked down, he saw the reptilian down there, but the thing saw him, or maybe sensed him or something, and he just go up there. And he said he talked to the thing telepathically, and he said, he's like, I'm gonna let you go, but don't do it again.
It like teleported to him.
Yes.
Okay.
So the story I heard back home, where they're talking about the ghosts and so on. They are saying that the ghosts, they doesn't walk on the ground, they floats around. So, like I said, you know, these stories are everywhere, all over the world. So I don't really know what they are trying to tell us, but somebody's trying to tell us something. I mean,
do you think some of them are made up? Do you think some people are trying to get, I don't, you know, like draw attention to themselves?
I believe more that they are, you know, it's a way how to pass down. They want certain information to pass down from generation to the other, and this is the only way to pass them down. Which I'm gonna say something now for all the Christians who are out there.
Any Christians listening, this is directed specifically for you.
Like the Bible, the whole thing is based upon myth. You know, but what happened, it doesn't mean it's a lie. They are telling us something, but this is the way how you pass stories down. By, you know, put them into stories, because, you know, don't tell me that this, you know, like, you know, because in the Bible, when they're telling you about you know, God, and he, you know, this guy Joseph married to Mary, and God go in there and have sex with the man wife, and so on and so on. Don't tell me that this is just true. I believe yes, some truth towards it, but it is a myth, and this is how you pass stories down, by keep them in myths and folklores and so on.
I see what you're saying.
You know, so you know, I wouldn't buy that for a minute, that this, you know, that God has sex with the man wife and blah,
I don't
blah, blah.
I don't buy that.
So
either. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So just as a recap, you say the creatures that have the most addictive personality would be the reptilians.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Again, switching topics, President Obama was recently reelected, and what are your thoughts on that?
Don't like him.
Don't like him. Why is that?
Well,
addictive personality?
Well, yes, I think he's wicked, and I think he's addicted to, you know, oppressing people.
Power?
Yes, because, you know, if I were him, I would say, well, look, I don't want a second term. Why? I don't want to kill any more Islamic babies, blow them up to pieces. I wouldn't want to do it, because I don't want a job. So
what do you think of Romney?
No, I want Romney to go there, because I want people to realize that it's going to be the same thing. There ain't no such thing as no changes. You want some changes? We can do it. We can make the changes. We are the real government.
So this is kind of connected to what we're talking about. Now, there's a lot of people that say that December 21st will bring about either the end of the world or the apocalypse, or whatever you want to call it.
Yes,
right?
There's not going to be an end.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it is that they say, but they do believe that December 21st, something big is going to happen, right? I
believe so too, but it's going to be the end of the Catholic Church. It's going to pieces.
Okay.
And you know, it's
reptilians involved in the Catholic Church at all?
They are doing human sacrifice. They have to learn it from somewhere, and I believe, yes, the reptilian has influence in the life of certain peoples.
Addiction to
they're addicted to human sacrifice. They like
the exploitation of humans here. Yeah.
Blood, drinking, everything.
Okay. So back to what we were talking about. Obama, don't like him. Did your thoughts change about Romney bringing about the apocalypse or something. Do your feelings change a little bit about that, or is it mainly the same? Because Romney's not in office now.
I want Romney to go there because he said he was gonna attack the Iranians in 6 months. Within the first 6 months he was in office.
See, that kind of talk scares me.
And
I don't like that.
Yes, it's scary. It is scary. But I want people to realize that this was because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The only difference with Obama, Romney, Bush, or whatever, Obamni, I would call them. The only difference.
That's pretty good. Did you just come up with that right now?
No, I heard it from this other show I was listening to. I thought that was cute.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's clever.
So it doesn't matter. So the only difference between Obamni is one of them skin brown and the other skin is lighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I get.
Well, the thing is with Romney, I believe what he was trying to do, because he is good friends with Benjamin Netanyahu, or we said call him Benjamin Netanyahu over there in Israel. He's good friends with the Israelis, and the Israelis wanted to attack the Iranians, but some good people over here in America won't allow it because it's going to be a world war.
So
the Jews would be sacrificed. The Jews are sacrificial people. They were put there to sacrifice, and Netanyahu knows this. And I believe Romney might have some information on this too, because he's nothing but because we have two people it was running for president.
That's we have a pretty serious allegation.
We have a Mormon CIA, and we have Obama, where he's a CIA asset.
Mm-hmm. So of the two, who do you think has the more addictive personality, Romney or
Romney?
Obama?
They are both psychopaths. But the thing with you have to understand, Romney, those are Nazis. Obama, they are the Bolsheviks, the communists. Mm-hmm. The tactics that Mr. Zbigniew Brzezinski uses, with the man who is behind Obama. Obama is a puppet. Mm. Brzezinski, he likes to he don't like to go involved in a war, but he will use proxies like Al Qaeda. Mm-hmm. I thought Al Qaeda took down the World Trade Center, but we use Al Qaeda to get to kill the Libyans and to kill the Syrians and other people.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he will use Al Qaeda to attack a country. He won't involve. He will give them aids and and so on, and give them aid, money, guns, whatever weapons are, whatever. He will do that, but he won't intervene in a war, like put American boots on the ground. Which is good for the military people, because they, at least they won't die. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that is still wicked.
So far, I'm gathering just from our short time together, addiction's a bad thing.
These people are addicted to power.
Right.
Addiction in itself can be bad, but it can be good. Yeah. Let's say you are addicted to doing good things. I don't see how that can be bad.
Right.
I don't see how that would hurt.
It's few and
yes,
far between.
It will hurt some people, of course, if you are addicted to doing, because some people don't like when you are doing good. Mm. They want you to create chaos and so on. Mm-hmm. So.
I think we're getting pretty close to I'm running out of questions here.
Okay.
So far, I've been pretty happy with them.
All right.
How do you feel so far into the interview?
It's my first interview, and
yeah,
I hope it comes out good. Because it's my first interview, and please don't, if you listens to the interview, it's my first interview, so if I didn't answer all your questions, you can.
Well, again, there's no right or wrong answer to these.
Yeah.
This is just one man's opinion,
right.
and I think the goal of the podcast is to get the grassroots opinion of people. We want to know
awesome.
what people on the street really feel about things.
Awesome. And yes, and another thing too. Why let's get together and see if we can debate the religion, because that's what I want to do.
Okay, maybe that I could do that for a future interview. We can do that.
Yes.
So just a little thing to cap things off. Daniel Gutierrez, he's the one who puts this interview out. It's the Lunchtime Variety Show Podcast. And he likes to rate things. He gives things a rating. Mm-hmm. So he gives everything a rating, and he says that everything in life, if he had to rate it from a scale of 1 to 10, he would give it a 7.
Okay.
Okay. I don't necessarily agree with that.
I don't really care for the ratings. Yes, if people like like what I says, it's fine. If they don't like what I says, well, that's fine too. So
how would you rate this? This is our last question, by the way. How would you rate this interview from a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I don't think that's my job.
Come on.
No. Because I'm the person who start. I want somebody else to judge me.
Well, I think it was okay. Okay, how about you rate me as an interviewer? What do I get? Scale. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Scale of 1 to 10. What do you think? Because I broke character. I started laughing.
Well, you asked me. You asked me all the questions that you wrote down. They were pretty decent questions, I believe. I didn't have to struggle too much.
Okay.
To answer, except for the one with the chipper cobra stuff.
Well, I told you some of them were going to be serious.
Yeah, but except for that one.
Okay, all right.
So I would say 8.
That's pretty high.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
But because that was the only one I really have trouble with. With that
That's all right. Look it up later. That's all right. Okay. I think I would give this. I would give the interview as a whole. I'd give it a 7. It was pretty good. Room for improvement.
Yes.
Pretty good. So Daniel would probably be happy with that rating.
I hope so. And yeah, let's do more of this, because we need our voice to be heard, because we cannot talk on their radios and their TVs, because it is so mainstream. Mm-hmm. We have to talk about all kinds of sex and all kinds of stuff like that. We can't do it, talk about anything positive. This is not really the best, but at least I would say it's better than the TV Dancing with the Stars and all those kind of nonsense.
Which one of the stars would you suspect is a reptile? If you had to choose.
I don't believe. Yeah. Well, the star which I have my eyes on most, it's Angelina Jolie. She is.
I'm not going to debate you on that one. She looks like a reptile.
I believe she was a nice woman earlier on in her life, but she has made a change. No, she's with the United Nations. Done deal. She's sold out. They buy her off, and she's no longer for the people, I would say.
All right. I did not know that. I learned something new. Okay, so I think we have reached the conclusion of our interview. I would like to thank my guest, Ray Ray.
Yes.
Do you have a last name, Ray Ray?
Yes.
What's your last name, Ray Ray?
Well, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. All right. It's just Ray Ray.
Yeah.
And I'm your. I'm not the host, but I conducted the interview. I'm Sean Miller, and it was a privilege providing an interview to the Lunchtime Radio Show Gigante podcast. And this is us signing off. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, I hope you enjoy our conversation, or enjoy my time with me and Mr. Sean Miller, and hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you.
There you have it, everybody. That's Shawnee John Miller, Ray Ray. We'll go ahead and call him Ray Ray Orbison. And that was very touching, moving, inspirational, imaginational, and invitational. And hope you enjoyed it here. We sure did at Lunchtime Variety Show Podcast. And well, you just have a good time in your life, or for the rest of the day, or if you want, then don't. But this is just your boy signing off from here.